I'm Jesse Simmons.
And I'm Brendan Summerhill.
And this is Catching Up with the Gatemen. All right, so Brendan, junior, Arizona. From Chicago, though. Tell me a little about that. You said we talked about you grew up not far from Wrigley Field. What was that like growing up?
Yeah, a mile away from Wrigley. It was special. When the Cubs won in 2016, I really realized how cool it was to be a Cubs fan.
Right.
The entire north side of the city was going crazy. But yeah, it was really special growing up a Cubs fan. Obviously, they're not doing too hot right now, but hopeful for after the All-Star break.
You also grew up when they broke the curse.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was that like a little bit?
I mean, yeah, it's just the entire city was partying for like, a week straight. I was in 7th grade. School got canceled the next day. We all got to go to the parade. It was super fun. But yeah, growing up a Cubs fan, it's been super cool.
I think it's easy to say that. Did that grow your love for baseball early on, and being able to be a part of that and so close to an MLB team?
Absolutely.
You know, it's hard not to want to get into baseball, right?
It's just, there's something about baseball that there's nothing else like it.
Right. Was there an MLB player that you...
108 years, you don't win a World Series.
Right.
And then they win it, and everyone goes crazy. It was fun. It was super cool.
Was there an MLB player that you emulated your swing? You know, you play outfield. We talked about Ellie De La Cruz. You emulate that. Was there a different player growing up that you wanted to be like?
I always like to watch YouTube videos like Ken Griffey Jr. He's probably my favorite hitter to ever watch. I wouldn't necessarily say I emulated my swing off his, but he's kind of the right approach to have, you know. Hit him high, hit him long.
Pimp it while you go.
Yep, exactly. So that's fun.
And so we're getting to Arizona too. So you ended up a little out west, a little different. Favorite recent baseball memory, I want to say, was it maybe winning the Pac-12 this year? What was it a little bit like that?
Well, yeah, so the regular season and the tournament, those were both crazy. So obviously we're playing Oregon State at home. We got to win one game to win the conference regular season, and they're in second place, so they had to come in and sweep. And the first 2 games did not go our way like at all. They weren't really close. But I think it kind of just was kind of the team we were all year. Like, could never count us out, even when the momentum really didn't look like it was on our side. We never had a doubt. We knew we were going to get it done. That was unbelievable. I mean, at home, it was nothing like it. And then in the tournament, obviously, 7 days later, doing the same thing, coming back. I think both the scores were 4-3.
Right.
And
somebody had a walk-off, huh?
Yeah, Tommy walked off the tournament. I was able to walk off the regular season. It was super cool. But I think kind of what our team was all year was kind of no matter who was up in those situations was going to get it done. So
right. Was there a guy on that team that, you know, from this past year, you talk about Arizona is special to you, just even the seasons you've been there. Is there a guy that maybe you want to give a shout out to that you look up to and have been able to kind of bounce off this year at Arizona?
Yeah, this year especially, I was able to, our captain, Emilio Corona, he kind of, helped me a lot off the field, helped me grow up, become a man a little bit. So shout out Emo, if you're watching, that's my guy.
And you know, baseball, you have walk-offs, there's ups and downs. You obviously got to see a lot of success this year. Baseball's a hard enough game as it is. Is there anything off the field that you would say made you a better baseball player on the field today?
Yeah, early on, my parents were going through a divorce, my mom had cancer. It was kind of one of those things that was tougher for me. I was in 5th grade, 6th grade, so I didn't really get it then. I didn't understand what that meant at the time. Looking back on it, starting to grow up, I was like, wow, I had to go through a lot as a kid. And I think adversity that I went through when I was young, I was able to, be able to slow moments down maybe on the field, or maybe not make everything so, life or death situation. Like, it is just a game, and I think being able to understand that in every moment has helped me.
Right.
And like the situation with my mom and my family kind of puts everything in perspective. Also, shout out my family. Love you guys. You guys are my rock. So,
you know, a big thing for me is perspective too, and I always used to use baseball as an outlet and a way to escape. You know, when you go through something like that, it's a perspective of wanting to forget the things in the outside world and just escape here for a little bit. You know, you realize, like you said, baseball really is just a game, and you can be able to just relax and play. Have you been able to, you know, relax and play in such a top league like we are in the Cape Cod Baseball League? Have you ever been able to get that yet, this feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly even more this summer. It's like, this is something that I know I dreamed of as a kid, so being able to kind of just realize, like, wow, I'm here, and being grateful that I'm here and not making it about going 4 for 4 or you know, hitting all the home runs. Is just winning games. Like, the game is still the same, and I think you know, everyone's happy when you win, so I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, of course.
If winning's the number one priority, I think it takes the pressure off yourself a little bit, and you gotta just get to play and have fun.
It's a team.
Yep.
Yeah, and speaking of winning, you know, 4-game win streak. We'll wrap it up here. 4-game win streak. What are the vibes here with the Gatemen? And you know, you guys haven't been together that long, but it seems like you guys are gelling very well. What is maybe behind that, and why are you guys gelling so well so early on?
I don't know. I think it's just a great group of guys. Obviously, culture typically starts from the top, so I think top down has been really good. Like, I think Coach Smythe has really set the tone that we're going to be a tight-knit group of guys and all get along and be each other's best friends. And yeah, so we just get to have fun with each other. We get to be 20 and 21-year-old kids and 19-year-old kids, and you know, obviously we all have the same thing in common. We love baseball, and yeah, I think that's just kind of what we're doing. Just having fun playing ball.
Exactly.
Not making it more than it is.
And last question for you. For those of people who don't know who Brendan Summerhill is, in a one sentence, who is Brendan Summerhill for someone that wants to meet you?
Wow.
That was up top. That was on top of the dome too.
That's a great question. One sentence.
Or just one simple phrase. Who is Brendan Summerhill? What would your mom say you are? Who's Brendan?
A sweet, kind kid. I would say I'm more of the funny, enthusiastic. I tend to be sweet. I can be sweet. Yeah.
Go with the flow guy. I definitely can understand that.
Definitely go with the flow. Never stress.
You'd fit well in Florida, I'll say that. Yeah, you'd fit well in Florida. You have to come visit.
Vibes all the time.
Awesome. Well, Brendan, thank you so much. And that was Brendan Summerhill with the Arizona Wildcats here in the Cape Cod League, and we'll catch him very soon on the field. And this was Catching Up with the Gatemen.